Hare Krishna. So now you can buy the Krsnatarian recipe book by going on the website and choosing the option you desire of either buying in India, which directs you to the Indian Amazon link, and outside India, which redirects you to the other website where the book is available in various formats which you can choose as per your preference. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Krsnatarian way of cooking. Today I am going to share with you a very nice vegan recipe. This recipe is actually, you can call it bread cutlet or bread pakoda. During college days, we used to eat this breakfast recipe, which was available in the stalls. I have a recipe, authentic one, similar to this in the book. If you have purchased the book, then you will find that recipe over here with all the chutney and everything. There are variations in the ingredients with respect to the batter and the chutney. So if you want to make this recipe non-vegan, I mean adding paneer, you can do that as well. But I wanted to make a vegan version of it. So without wasting any time, let's proceed towards the recipe. First, I have boiled 4 medium-sized potatoes and then mashed them nicely. Now in a skillet, I have added around 2 tablespoons of oil. In that I have added around 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. Once it starts spluttering, then I added a quarter teaspoon of hing, asafetida. And then in that I added 3 chopped chilies. Then a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin seed powder, and then I added few curry leaves, and on top of that I added the mashed potatoes. Now around a tablespoon of salt. Keep the heat on low now and mix everything nicely. Once the potatoes are completely mixed with the spices, then you may turn off the stove and then keep aside this filling for cooling down completely. Now for the stuffing inside, I have used tomatoes, cucumber, tofu and the potato mixture we made. Now here I sliced the tomatoes with the knife, and also I'm showing you how thin slice I made it on the mandolin. So it's on you if you want to use a mandolin or you want to slice them with your knife. Now here I've taken fried tofu. You can use regular traditional tofu as well, or medium firm or firm tofu. Now I will thinly slice that too. This tofu was around 300 grams, so you can use it all. And now here I have taken around 2 cups of chickpea flour, which is called chane ka atta. Now when you're using chickpea flour, know that the flavor of it is bland, so you have to add good amount of salt. So I have added around 1 tablespoon of salt to it, and then in that I have added just a pinch of baking soda. It's okay if you do not want to add the baking soda. Now here I have added quarter cup by quarter cup water to it. We just want a medium consistency batter, so make sure to add gradually the water. Just make sure that there are no lumps. So whisk the entire batter nicely. Now I'm going to add around half teaspoon of turmeric powder and then mix it well. Now here I have taken a big loaf of bread. Now this bread is actually made from oat flour, barley and rye flour. So that's why the shape and the texture of it is a little different than the regular bread which you get. So you can use either the regular bread, not a problem. One by one I started stuffing the bread. So first the potato mixture, then tomatoes, cucumber, then the tofu. The reason why potato mixture is good on the top and the bottom, so that the bread doesn't get too wet. And also, if your bread is little thinner, like my bread which I have used is thicker, so I've used a lot of potato stuffing. You can use little lesser. And then I pressed it like this because it's a very thick bread. So now I'm going to just hold it nicely, and then with a big knife I'm going to just slice it like this. Now the batter which I prepared, I'm going to very gently dip this bread pieces into it. I'll dip 2 slices in the batter at a time. So here is the batter, nice and smooth. Dip it, turn around nicely. Just make sure that it is evenly coated. Do the same for the next. Now I also had put oil in a pot to heat, and that was on medium heat. So once the oil was nicely hot, not too hot also, this is an iron wok. I should have remembered this part. This iron wok gets heated very fast. So what happened when initially I put the bread cutlet in it, the back portion of it got a little browner, which is okay, that's completely fine. But make sure to cook this entire bread cutlet on medium heat. So do you see how I fried the bread cutlet from the top? Just a little bit of splashing the oil on the top will cook the top side of the cutlet nicely, and then you can just turn it over like that. So this took around 5 minutes to cook the entire bread cutlet. Just it became a little bit golden brown. Now I'm going to also show you a bread without the corners of it, because that's how originally it is done. Even though I don't like wasting the side portions of it, I'm going to dip the side part of the bread into the batter and fry it, use it for myself, but just showing it for your ease, that if you are going to slice the side corners, then you can put the stuffing in this manner. So the thing is, because there is no side portion, add little lesser stuffing, in the sense the potatoes should be in a thinner layer. Now if there are any potatoes which are in chunk form or not easily mashed, then what you do is you press it with the finger, because you do not want your bread to break. So just make sure to do that. Press it and then again slice it like this, and then dip it in the batter. I would also like to share with you that I have a website for written recipes and also an app connected to it. So if you're interested in written recipes, you can also refer to that particular app or website. The thing is, some recent written recipes, I haven't updated there. So once I get some time, I will be updating those recipes. But do check it out. All the previous videos, recipes I have added in them. It will be useful for you to go through it and also have a nice follow-up along with the video of the food. So this is how golden brown, this is like the ideal color of the bread cutlet which is needed. Now if you're using those thinner breads, you won't get such a thick bread cutlet. So don't worry about it if your bread cutlet is little thinner. Now after frying all these batches, I will place them all in a plate. This is how the stuffed bread cutlet or bread pakora turned out to be. Really very filling. I think in 2 filling only this will be good enough. So I'll just show you from inside how it looks like. I also made along with this some sweet chutney. You can also make green chutney. Now I have a video coming up of a recipe which has this instant chutney which I have prepared. So hang on to it. I will be sharing with you this recipe of the imli chutney. Also a more authentic version of it is available in the book if you have any of the versions of the copy. After placing a tulsi leaf, I'll offer it at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.